do you have any preferences?
Excuse me?
Do you have any preferences?
You don't prepare anything.
I debated in college, I went to MIT, I don't care what you're saying. Arguments and try and speak very loud and clear.
Okay.
Is open cross eyes okay?
Yes, just don't dominate your partner, especially if it's their process.
Okay.
It's like one year early speaking.
Okay. Alright. Put it in order?
Yeah.
Okay. 1. There will be 1.4 billion climate beginning of 2060. That's 1018. How much charge is what anthropogenic risk is there future consequence? One future consequence is climate change. Climate change is the risk for the changing global environment. According to culture and current rate of human fertility use, population involvement ranges degradation to CO2 emissions, 1.4 billion people can become climate refugees basically. And the numbers grow exponentially, especially developing countries close to many cities. That's 10 to 18. Climate change has been found to lead to forced migration. Without possible migration will lead to overpopulation, conflict, cultural class, increased discrimination against migrants, decreased health as a result of overcrowding and service provided by the government, increased climate diseases, increased geopolitical disputes. The estimates of people by climate change are far greater and historical numbers of refugee in such a community experience. The American High previously cited numbers of 3 million to 1.4 billion people with climate change ranks over 30 40 years constantly quickly. 10% of the world lives in miles to show that no teams developing nowadays. So most threats to become climate refugees are from the developing world. Governments and developing do not have the ability to research it to determine because citizens while maintaining standard living and legal rights as those living in developed nations such as the United States. And there are basically zero protections for the refugees, domestically and internationally. That's segregation. Government actually do not include climate change as a reason one can seek refuge. UNHCR also does not have capabilities to deal with a number of people who have concepts that are as environmental items that don't exist, let alone the number of climate refugees rising in refugee. Climate refugees have little to low legal rights or protected under international law. Refugee policy has remained rigid and exclusionary. And climate migration is an essential threat and conflict multiplier. They'll take every impact. That's Wednesday Roberts, 18. And we're seeing serious situations between the world population, the world population is ordinary goes. Which facts that India, China, only compels countries with words of access, share with everyone, because the earth is not so much of a resistance. Refugees start from not only their profit, but our degradation from homeland, westernized, justification, war, activities, and the country, the government's management, and subject to one of the UN and other government agencies. As the century progresses, we learn from our farms to the Venice burgeoning population. Into the right future will transfer interest of government out of refuge of all the times. Government scale of climate crisis that becomes over, climate refugees or what's our brother, the bird is also for climate crisis. And it is causing accelerated global eco collapse. It creates conflict, starvation, and disease. That's Wednesday Roberts, 18. Let's take a mission people of the green revolution both and what you're on the course. Agriculture is not plateau. Reversing the climate by 11%. About 790 million people were estimated to be chronically enriched in 2015. The potential more population growth to 9.8 billion by 2050 country. Farms also reduced to 10 million gas today. So to be in 20th century, jobs have been responsible for the deaths and operating of millions of people. Cut the card. And resource wars are the greatest existential threat that's came to 14. When Muslims request that this pretended hidden in between turmoil state. This makes similar to just how shooting kids and energy being covered. This is going to make us step back, reflect on what we face in the future, and that's what we do to prevent advanced explosion. Today's securities come from domestic actors, international forces that do not contract or building American armies, defending borders or practicing these values. And forces are working in the 21st century to compete with resource wars, conflicts over food and energy. Climate change is taking famous nations and affects American sense of sizes. Current for food and energy was and destroy the cause of climate change. Routine rental for resource most use using those we have our security as well as environmental challenges. If you look to address the food and energy triangle, now we guarantee the living world more turbulent than any we have known. And food wars cause extinction. That's Gospel 17. Currently face such to our food security costs with growing civil strife and refugee migration challenges, we can increase for extremes and as a regular government fashions. Food security is a better factor in reaching multiple impacting our well-being. Food security includes instability, unrest, violence, food security, death, migration, unwanted utility, leading to population and conflict, developing our security by choking our economic, military, and development organizations. Food shots can be called protected rights. The world population will reach 2.5 billion people by 2050. Unfortunately, this population moves are projected to primarily most fragile food insecure countries. And without adequate policy, those affected by climate change become incubators for pandemics. That is the U.S. National Library of Medicine, National Institute of Health, 1217. Columbia is considered highly vulnerable to negative effects of climate change, despite only contributing 0.2% of total global CO2 emissions. There has been a temperature increase of 1 degree Celsius in the last 2 decades. Further, the temperature increase in 70% rated the average global temperature change. They can feel malaria, leishmaniasis, and leptospirosis or climate-sensitive diseases are primary concern. Additionally, the prevalence of acute respiratory infections has increased as well as to intensified rainfall. The migration response can grow within concur both within and between countries and have different effects on health and well-being. Climate change migration and migration can contribute to both vulnerability and resilience. I'll cut right there. And the risk extinction, no burnout. Human transportation is reaching the tipping point for global contagion. That's Guardian 16. We reduce long-range transportation to provide the existence of more aggressive shape changes. They can use the long-range transportation to find homes and take local extinction. There's a critical point at which methods become so aggressive that the higher host population collides. Localized rate to extinction. With increasing levels of global transportation, the human civilization can be projects such a critical threshold. If a system that seems unstable can be destabilized by a few more long-range connections and connectivity is continuing to increase. So how close are we to the tipping point? We don't know, but it would be good to find it before it happens. As we spot faster for one to stop the spread of future diseases. As the world becomes more connected, the dangers increase. And climate refugees and human trafficking and other forms of unspeakable suffering. The judge has an ethical obligation to go affirmative. That is Gerard 18. People displaced from their homes into our streaming projects and seeking a place to live. At least 50,000 persons, including thousands of children, have died in the past 2 decades while seeking the present health supports. Many of the survivors journey find themselves in refugee camps, which offer horrible conditions. The International Organization of Migration, because interviews with large people, of course, I mentioned here, 70% of the interviews answered yes to at least one of the 4 negative human trafficking and other exploitative practices. 67% that have been held against their will living during by individuals or groups under the government authorities. 20.9 million people were forced labor globally. The vast majority were exploited private economy by individual exploiters. Of these, 4.5 million were victims of forced sexual exploitation and 14.2 million were victims of forced labor exploitation. That's the plan. The U.S. federal government should determine that environmentally displaced persons constitute refugees as defined by the Immigration and Nationality Act of 1965. And enact legislation that enforces primarily the same rights as other refugee categories, solves the affirmative, but does not result in uncontrollable immigration flows. That is DGR 15. The U.S. will soon face an unprecedented influx of exploited country migration. The practical implications of community migration despite not legislation to address the climate dilemma must of climate action to the U.S. That's the most obvious consequence. Whether they use to create the space and increase immigration and climate change to around the globe. Security to government have continued to have the changing population. To some of the red range of estimates, the industrial overtaken migration reports numbers to 25 million to 1 billion by 2050. It is clear that climate change already first about the homes into the already listening and address climate change related industrial relocation. To extend the appropriate protection of the water chain, the legal destination of America into the US must have checked the islands. Cut the point there. Should expand legal rights to climate refugees, that is DGR 15. It is also necessary for any proposal to exclusively grant the climate refugees all the legal rights of refugees. Then these forms of release in immigration law, such as climate rights to individuals who do not qualify as refugees under INA. Climate migrated refugees are similarly situated. The creation of entirely new legal classification for this class, people who allow to tailor legislation to climate migrants, unique to circumstances, still provide the maximum amount of protection. Go to there. And amending the definition of protection and refugee climate migrants legal protections at Compton 12. Environmental migration is a growing concern. The terms environmental refugee and climate refugee are evolving terms that bring light to reality and provide factors that increasingly force people to immigrate. The U.S. Must recognize that environmental refugees are valid refugees and that they are fleeing legitimate protection from their to their lives and livelihoods. Environmental refugees have become an unavoidable part of a globalized world. Yeah. Oh, and I didn't read the last part, by the way.
What's the last part?
The U.S. control. I didn't read that.
So the last part you read was amending the definition of persecution.
Yes.
Can you
Yes.
explain that?
Okay, so what this card is saying is that, it's basically saying there's, right now it's as well, there's no protections for these refugees in international law. And so, amending definition, which is like adding definition, which is reducing restriction, right, of what qualifies as an immigrant, is good because it allows people to be protected.
Okay, so who's your agent?
The USFG.
The whole USFG, no specific branch?
The legislative.
Legislative, okay. And what's the timeline for your impacts?
The impacts are happening now, which is why the plan needs to be passed.
Yeah, and climate migration exacerbates these effects like food wars. This will happen because climate migrants will be forced to stay in their homes and compete over food, water, and energy, which all goes to climate change. But with our plan, we're giving them an outlet to go to, which is the U.S., which is prepared to accept these climate refugees. And since these refugees are coming primarily from developing nations, then they're unable to internally relocate, so they must go elsewhere.
Okay, can you give an example of one of those nations, and then after that, can you explain your impacts in your own words?
Okay, so I didn't know a specific country, but there is a specific country like right now that will be eventually submerged under rising seas. For example, Kiribati is an island in the Pacific Ocean that has been shown to be a victim of rising seas. I didn't read this card in the one you see, but the two we see would read this.
Okay, how does this not like create a large influx of refugees and immigration?
We have a card that states that our first card in their solvency, enacting legislation to enforce common the same rights as other refugees, solves the act but doesn't result in uncontrollable immigration flow.
Can you explain that card?
Okay, so what this card is saying is basically that right now, what your mindset is saying is that, okay, there's so many refugees, we can't take them all of them, right? But if we put ourselves in this situation, then we'll be prompted to actually solve this issue. And so therefore we solve this issue because policymakers right now, they have nothing to solve this issue. So we can solve this issue through exposure.
Okay, and do you have any examples of like pandemics already beginning to occur, like the timeline for that specific impact?
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure in Venezuela they're having an outbreak of.
Yeah.
What is it? They're having an outbreak, a pandemic right now.
And our U.S. National Library of Medicine, National Institute of Health 17 card, this shows like several diseases which are climate sensitive and which will be exacerbated by climate change and which will be spread among climate migrants if they can't leave their home.
So does the U.S. have enough resources to take in all of these climate refugees?
Yes.
That was the card that we didn't get to.
Yeah, that was the part we didn't get to, but the U.S. is an economic powerhouse. It is very large in size, it's the largest country in the world. It's a strong government, it's a very strong country, and it is, it's capable of accepting these contracts.
Okay, no problem.
Did you send it?
Yeah, I'm sending it right now. I'm gonna share one of them with you and then send the rest. Can you give me one of your emails?
Can you just
Just
send
reply
it to
all.
me? You can reply all to the email chain.
Okay. Okay, I sent it.
We will let you know when we've got it.
Yeah, I didn't get it.
Which this are you ready?
Maybe it's backlash.
Alright. Are you doing CP or DA first?
CP and then DA and then on case.
Okay.
Is
Is
the-
So two up, and then case.
No, just 2 off in case. Okay.
did you send the case files?
Yes. I sent it in links.
Oh, yeah,
Because
okay.
they're not Word documents.
Okay.
Oh wait, Joe, do you type it back or cross-sex?
I was timing cross-sex, but
Oh.
I would prefer you also time because my phone is dying.
The last file isn't working.
Which file?
The CP sent, the DA sent, but the other file says I need permission.
The
Okay.
chair. I'm gonna actually just share it like directly. Share it with Google Docs.
Okay.
Can you? Your email is
T Gonski, yeah.
just T Gonski.
T Gonski 9834
T Gonski 9834
at bths.edu.
Send it.
Alright, I got it. Wait. Oh, so the card 20 and card 21?
Is everyone ready? No, don't just.
Yeah, I'm ready whenever you are.
The CP solves the Department of Homeland Security will follow the Commission's recommendations to Ohio 13 to restore growth, support job creation, build momentum during the economic recovery. Ohio introduced the following goal to refer to the Homeland Security, able to restore restore growth for operation bill toward the economic recovery for border communities and the United States being enacted by the Senate and House of Representatives of the United States of American Congress and the Act may be cited as the Border Intervention and Jobs Act of 213. The United States and Mexico share a border of 2,000 miles of cultural heritage and a desire to grow both economies. Both border commerce is vital to the economy. Mexico is the U.S. third largest trading partner behind Canada and China. The international trade outpaces land with the country workload capacity resulting in congestion and has been established an independent commission to be known as the U.S.-Mexico Economic Partnership Commission. The purposes of the commission are to A. Study the overall economic challenges, programs, and policies of the government and agencies along the border, B. Strengthen relationships and collaboration between the communities along the border and other federal governments and agencies, and C. Make recommendations to the President and Congress with respect to strategies, programs, and policies the commission shall meet and begin as soon as practical. The commission shall formulate and implement an effective outreach strategy to border communities along the United States border. The commission shall submit to the President, the Secretary of Homeland Security, Secretary of Commerce, and Congress a report that. Okay, next. Here's a long piece that connects the role of the Commission to the issue of illegal immigration, IAC 10. The United States should set up an independent professional commission to research labor shortages and make their recommendations to the government about how many workers the U.S. should invite in based on current data. Its main purpose would be to make sure that occupations are filled primarily by native born workers and foreign workers are invited into state jobs, but where there is a labor shortage and native born workers are not taking in jobs and given occupation and type of fees. When some people who are already legal in the U.S. without work, a commission like this will probably refer a few, if any, work-based visas. George Master, the former commissioner of the U.S. Immigration and Naturalization Service, pointed out that the legal immigration system at the moment is so inflexible that it can't keep up with the social changes, economic changes in the U.S. A better white policy, she argues, is to create a process that sets annual quotas that can be changed as circumstances change. The process for recruiting immigrant workers should be flexible, not locked in. The independent commission should focus on just one question: what kind of labor shortages are U.S. employers facing, and how many immigrant workers should be invited in to meet that need. Because of the nature of how commissions are delegated with power, they also depoliticize the entire practice because policy making is removed from the hands of Congress people who are subject to going through their electoral population and giving to experts who don't have the base of voters to appeal to. Next, people advocate for this process of the current immigration because of its uniquely politicized nature. AFL-COI 9, which the system for allocating employment visas, both temporary and permanent, should be depoliticized and placed in the hands of an independent commission that can assess labor market needs on an ongoing basis and based on the methodology approved by Congress, determine the number of foreign workers to be admitted for employment purposes based on labor market needs, and designing a new. Next, commissions are an independent body. Are independent bodies from the government as well. They play more of a third-party advisory role just by having the members of the commission be selected by Congress Hamilton 16. Congress has been incapable of fixing them. It is time for a new approach. We need more skilled workers and also more unskilled workers to take jobs that employers have trouble filling. Immigrants who augment and complement the American workforce will continue to shape our dynamic society. How do we achieve immigration reform when a polarized government seems to be incapable of acting? We should create a standing commission empowered to advise Congress. The commission will make recommendations. Next, the United States Congress ought to establish a standing commission on labor market, economic competitiveness, and immigration, empowered to submit annual recommendations to Congress for adjustments to levels, composition, and eligibility requirements of temporary and permanent employment visas, utilizing all relevant government data. Congress will have 45 days upon submission to pass legislation overriding recommendations by a 2/3 majority. Next, a standing commission should be created to come up with a high-quality, policy-relevant, and ongoing analysis of the labor market specific to immigration. This solves research and analysis not currently being done. Public Dimitri et al. 09. Getting immigration policy right has increasingly important implications for the economy, as well as small differences in education skills or experience can lead to big differences in market outcomes. Today's labor market immigration is poorly connected. Accomplish most of the aims articulated in this analysis force far from say that. Reliable information about how immigration influences U.S. labor market is not systematically analyzed, disseminated, and back reported so as to report and adjust immigration policy. Immigration laws are inflexible and frequently modified and unresponsive to shifting labor market and broader economic needs. Congress does not have a reliable process to systematically evaluate labor market immigration trends and to use information for updating employment-based visa allocations unless the administration uses political and national interest research or is able to persuade very talented foreigners to accept uncertainty that comes with living on a non-immigrant visa. There is no legal mechanism for quickly and efficiently accessing the global talent pool. Moving on. Next, uniqueness and internal hate groups are weakening because they're expanding without a message. Militant sludges are becoming more radicalized. Even in deeply conservative areas of the country, white nationalist organizations try to find adherence to the enlist more mainstream figures aiding their recruitment. When these persons self-destructive by being the movement they champion refuse to go on into more radical associates, the true believers begin to lose inspiration. The timeline of all right attack over the last year reveals that hate crimes are growing in intensity, and some more of the recent incidents moving toward leader on November 1st. Scott Austin was arrested for what appears to be the racist murder, clearly he was outside of the law on the outskirts of Denver, Colorado, just over a week later on November 10th from an Air Force member. And then from my already having Kelly murdered 26 people in Southern Spring after. Next, pro-immigration policies for racist backlash and get fired action is something to rally on. We argue that far from the nation moving away from the use of race as a dividing line, immigration actually lead to greater aggregations, at least in the pro-local sphere, as the immigration population has grown, more and more Americans have become aware of the demographic, economic, and cultural changes that are occurring. For many, that awareness has spurred anxiety, the fear is driven in part by the size of the immigrant population itself, but more substantially by the immigrant narrative that is perpetuated by the media and politicians alike. As the number of immigrants coming into this country has grown over the past centuries, so too has the attention of years. Images of immigrants clandestinely come crossing the U.S. border, committing crimes and demanding everyone from the nation to serve, heighten anxiety among those who may already be concerned with the direction the nation is taking. Once aroused that anxiety takes a little hold. When the two major parties sharp divergent courses on the question of immigration, which one often be willing to support the economic costs associated with immigrants, and the often willing to admit the benefits that immigration can provide. Political orders for Americans become clear. For those who fear the change brought by immigration, the Republican Party serves the national home. The end result we consider is a right worship for large of white America, the anxiety that immigration and white partisanship and policies having immigrant increasingly affected by this issue. More and more white Americans espousing less generous Republican policies that seek to punish immigrants that violate American norms and tries to cut off services and other public goods that could benefit immigrants. Next, far-right terrorists who use the WMD, the individual chiefly responsible for illicit materials will require a violent part anti-government extremists with federal integrated research alternatives. They found copies of Henry Short and convinced them to create the international Jew. Copies of the violent motive of Miss fantasy novel, The Trinidad, who served as an inspiration for Timothy McVeigh's infamous 1995 bombing of a federal building in Oklahoma that killed 168 people. Next card there. Recognize that climate refugees are refugees traded off for the funding for other refugees and doesn't solve the economics. The economist 36. The UNCR has already struggled to provide adequate support for the world's 22.5 million refugees during the Syrian refugee crisis and admitted to being stretched to the limit if the UNCR broadens its definition of refugee to support an entirely new category. It is unclear if the political appetite exists to provide the necessary funding in the process of negotiating the existing refugee treaty or creating a new one could take decades. Experts also worry that political opportunities to regard the current refugee convention as being too good to be used renegotiation as an opportunity to delay current obligations. Though some not affected want to be called refugees who wish to migrate with dignity. Next, climate migration overwhelms immigration system major research in degenerative 15. There are also substantial costs associated with enforcing restrictive immigration laws. The HM started charging with enforcing immigration law in the U.S. received limited financial resources. Obama cited budget countries to justify exercising personal discretion for undocumented immigrants that came to the country. So the next card there, climate refugee label causes overstress the economy. 18. Environmental migrants are not covered by the 1951 Geneva Convention relating to the status of refugees. The U.S. agencies multi-multi refugee rights, UN refugees, UNHCR, and the UN Development Program agree that the term climate refugee should not be used to describe those displaced for environmental reasons. The UNHCR has already struggled to provide adequate support for the world's 22.5 million refugees from war and persecution. Next, status quo solves there sufficient global legal protections for climate refugees. The Nansen Initiative seeks to meet the basic needs of refugees by the Kampala Convention offers a unique solution that aims to prevent and prepare for displacement in Africa. The Convention seeks to create and implement early warning systems, disaster risk reduction strategies, contingency measures, and strategy. Disaster management plans. The Convention, which the Convention is binding and encompasses all known causes of forced displacement.
Real quick, where did you stop with the CP? Did you read the Presidential Commission?
Let me just. Yeah, I read that and I read the whole thing.
Alright, start the process. For your neighbors backlash DA, what is it? WMD attack.
What is a WMD? It's a weapon of mass destruction.
And
how are these people going to get a hold of weapons of mass destruction?
They're not really that hard to get like.
What do you define as a weapon of mass destruction?
Like a bomb or a bomb that could, destroy like a city or like a small.
yeah, how do you find these people to get these bombs? It's not like
I mean, you can make these bombs, you can buy these bombs, there are legal markets for you to achieve what you want to. If they're angry enough, they'll find a way to get them.
Why haven't they done this already?
Because we groups are weak now.
Why?
No, because they're weak now, and they're expanding without a message and without a leader, so they're angry.
Why are these groups weak now?
They're weak now because they're expanding without, just let me for a second. Because they're expanding without a leader, so because of this, they're angry that they don't have the power to.
Why don't they have a leader?
What?
Why don't they have a leader?
Because it's difficult to rally all these different groups that are.
So why is our plan going to rally them? What makes our plan so special that's going to create a leader to rally these hate groups?
It's not. That's the point. Because if they don't have leaders, then they're going to be angry about that, and they'll use WMDs to.
wait, okay, how
So you say they're weak because they have no leader, but they're not going to have a leader for Pan's Classic, so they're going to be weak.
No, they're going to be stronger because they don't have a leader, because they're going to be angry and their emotions will lead them to use these abilities.
okay, have hate groups been strong in the past?
Yes.
So have they used WMDs before?
Yes.
Give me an example.
William Carr, Violent Fire, and that's in the the C part, the last part, and he had copies of an anti-Semitic screed, and he was planning to copy Timothy McVeigh, who was the person who bombed a federal building in Oklahoma City that killed 168 people.
But was this due to immigration?
It doesn't specify. It was just because he was angry at the government. It was a federal building.
Okay, moving on to your CPA, why can't we do both?
You can't do both because the CP is independent from the government, and although the people in the commission are selected by Congress, Congress doesn't dictate what they do, so you can't.
How do you solve for impacts?
It solves for impacts because the commission that's being put together of like economic experts and immigration experts, they will decide what immigrants can come and how they will come in and what they will do once they get here.
So you're picking and choosing which immigrants get to come in?
Essentially, yeah. But most of them will because the commission it's made to do that. It's made to solve your issue while not being related directly to the government.
Why is this commission so good?
Because it depoliticizes the process of accepting immigrants.
And it solves 100, well that's a 2-1C card, but like it solves the problem that the app has presented and allows all these immigrants to come in. And it's also like a lot of the politicians currently choosing what immigrants are coming in, they're not.
Okay, how is your CP not going to cause any of this backlash?
Because
If you're still increasing immigration policy, can you just
yeah. Because the neighbors backlash is angry at the government, but this is not related to the government. So they have, it's a third party, they have nothing to be angry about. Because they're not voting for this. This is just the commission.
I'm gonna start with that. Start.